3 ways to make your business legal. This is a question that comes up quite a bit, especially when I'm working one-on-one with my coaching clients and how to do it. It's actually shocking how many times people do not have a business set up even when they're getting started. It's really important. After all, you are in business. All right. So the first way is the DIY, the do-it-yourself, which I don't recommend. I don't recommend it, but it's a way you can do it. So I wanted to share this part because it's an opportunity. It's a way to do it, but it's not a method that I recommend at all. So how would you do this by yourself? How would you set up your own legal entity by yourself? And very simply, you'd go to your Secretary of State. They would be the one to help you. Maybe they'll give you documentation. They'll give you the documentation you need. They'll ask you to fill out a bunch of forms. You'll have to do a name search in that state to make sure that the name isn't already taken, okay? Your business name. So those are important things that you would have to do. You'd have to pay a fee. The fee will range from state to state because every state is different. Every state, remember I told you guys this the other day, every state has their own jurisdictions and laws. Even though it's the United States of America, it doesn't matter. Every state has its own guidelines and fees that they charge to have a business registered, okay? And also, if you need a business license for that, they will also tell you what business license you need. Now, by the way, guys, let me tell you something. While we're talking about the yourself mode and DIY style of setting up a business, I want to let you know right now, I am not a lawyer. I am not a legal counsel in any way. I don't pretend to be one even on television. So you should seek legal counsel if you want to do this. Otherwise, you can do it on your own, but it's very messy. Now, I will tell you this, my experiences, have I done this on my own before? Absolutely not. I've never set up this stuff on my own because personally, it's too confusing for me. I just don't like it because I start getting a little bombarded with all these words and processes. And listen, government websites are not that easy. I remember, maybe like 10 years ago when we did have, the internet wasn't what it was today as it was 10 years ago, but state government websites are not always amazing. They're not like beautifully designed and they're not easy to use. So go back 10 years ago, longer than that. 15 years ago. I remember 15 years ago when I set up my first company. Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't know, whatever. 10, 15 years ago, I set up my first company. I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even tell you what the website was and how to do it. And even if there was a state website, because as years went by, I set up a few companies. And I said, let me go check out how to do it yourself. And good God, years ago, the websites were not helpful at all. So I decided not to do it that way. And I know some people can. It's the cheapest way. Okay. It's the cheapest way to do it. But if you're unsure or you're unclear on how to do it all, which it can be confusing sometimes, or you need some guidance, then you might want to get some help. By the way, if you do want some help on how to do these things, I'm going to see if I can do this right now on the fly. I guess I can't with you. Oh, I can. Yeah, I think I can. Can I? Okay, I think I did it. Hold on. Aha, there we go. If you do, this is the website. I'm pretty sure it's the website. Watch it be like some sports website. But it's called score.org. You know what? We should probably check. Let me know. I think it's the right one. Let me just pull it up now that I'm like showing you this live. But if you go to score.org, what this is there's it's a national group that is run by the government that allows to help entrepreneurs and people set up their businesses. Yes, it's score.org. And they help you set up your businesses and gives you a local mentor. And actually, I became a part of score.org years ago as a client. You don't have to pay for anything. It's actually a free resource. But they partner you up with a mentor. And I actually had a mentor at score.org to help me set up one of my first business plans, help me raise my first $10,000 for one of my companies. That was like 11, 12 years ago, which was awesome. And that business went out of business. But it was really cool to set up a company that it was good to set up a company that I didn't have to put any money into myself. Yeah, unfortunately, the business went out of business. I closed it down because it went like that, and then it just took a roll of like a stock. It went like a really exciting stock. It jumped up and it went down, and then we didn't recover from that, so we just closed it down. But yeah, I was able to. I went to score.org. I found a local mentor, helped me set up a business plan, helped me do the executive summary, and I raised $10,000 of seed capital to start this company. And that was really cool. And then anyway, moving on, you could go to score.org. You could help someone. They could go there, get a mentor, and they could help you set up your business if you wanted to. If you wanted the DIY approach, okay, and honestly, that's the slow road. Okay, there are better and faster roads than doing it this way. Okay, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't recommend it. Okay, moving on. I'm just letting you know there is a way. I can't see my next screen. Let's try. How can I see my next screen? I don't know. How do I go to next slide? Oh, okay, I got it. Nope, that's not it. That's new slide. Sorry, guys. Let me do this real quick. Navigator. That's what I wanted. All right, next one is Rocket Lawyer. Now, you guys heard me mention this one yesterday, okay? Rocket Lawyer has, I want to show you something else too, though. Rocket Lawyer, while I'm pulling this up, hey, why are you still there? Be gone. Be gone with you. Rocket Lawyer also has some resources. Let me pull this up right now. Give me 1 second. Because I'm going to show you 2 resources for this one. Oh, man, I am moving windows around like crazy. Okay, where'd you go? There you are. Okay. I'm going to show you 2 resources for this one, okay? Because this is really... I could have said 4. I could have said, I'm going to give you 4 resources. But they basically do the same thing. So I'm going to show you 2 resources that can help you out. Let's do that. Okay, so we talked yesterday about Rocket Lawyer, and let me reduce this because I can't see anything that's going on today. Okay, so I showed you this one here. You can go to start a business, right? And you have to pick the state. Remember, I told you that, guys. You have to pick your state. So let's pick Kentucky. And why did I just say that in a very southern accent or a Kentucky accent? So next you would pick the type of entity. Guys, I cannot advise you at what entity structure you should have, okay? But I could tell you what I've done. This is some of the questions that most people have, like, what should I do? Should I do an LLC? Should I do a C Corp? Should I do an S Corp, right? What should I do to, what entity structure should I have? And you could go and ask questions and all this, but this is more now of a tax question. Here's where the tax advice is needed, okay? So because all of these have different, will impact your taxes personally differently, okay? Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but when I set up my businesses that I'm operating businesses, not holding real estate, okay? Not holding any assets of real estate. I typically set up an S Corp or a corporation, subchapter S, or a corporation, subchapter C. I am not going to get into the details of that right now, but maybe we can cover that in the future, and I can tell you the differences of them, okay? The LLC is a very limited liability company, is what it represents, and it's the very easiest way. They actually I think the LLC came out in 1992. I can't remember. It's more recent, or maybe it was like the 1970s. I'm sorry, I don't remember the date, but it's one of the newer entities because, guys, the corporation started back in, what was it, like the 1700s or 1500s? I think it was really used a lot by the Spaniards and the Portuguese and the UK. They actually started, I think, for shipping, right? For shipping stuff on boats. That's like a butchered history, okay? So So this is where you could set it up right through here. But now if you know, then you could easily set up your company. If you've done this before, or if you haven't done it before, you could easily, set up through here. Hey guys, look, if you want help, they'll help you. Just call them and they can help you up. So you can do it through Rocket Lawyer. Another service I would recommend is LegalZoom. I personally have never set up a company through Rocket Lawyer. Like I said, shared with you yesterday, I've used Rocket Lawyer to do simple contracts or to do simple eviction notices, stuff like that, if I've had to. Sometimes I like to delegate most of that stuff. I love to delegate to my lawyers to do that, and rather than doing it myself, because when it comes to legal matters, you really want a professional to get it done for you, okay? Now, guys, by the way, if you're looking at this, it says business and families in Portugal. If you're in the United States, it will say the United States. It just knows where I am. Why? Because we're being watched all the time. All right. So here you can set up your LLC, your incorporation. Here, guys, one thing I really like about LegalZoom, and I've used them multiple times over the years for different things, is they're really educational and informative. So if you didn't know what to do, they have not only forums, but they also have the forums where people are asking these same questions, but you could also ask for legal advice as well, okay? Another cool feature right here, boom, you want to check your availability right here on the website. You can do that. So let's call it Zap Zap Company. We're going to create Zap Zap, okay? This is our new company, Zap Zap, all right? We're going to check out if it's available. What state would you like to do it in? We got to do Kentucky, guys. We got to do Kentucky because we're on a roll with Kentucky. All right, so we got that. Hey, Zap Zap is available. That's fantastic. See, it already did the search for me. Guys, if you go to any government website, I don't even know how they do it, but every state is different. So the UI and the website is going to look very different, maybe a little complicated. It's a little easier. See how fast it is? I just did it right here. If I went to like the Secretary of State of Kentucky, it might be not as clean or easy to do. Bam, right here. And if I wanted to get started and I wanted to set up Zap Zap, enter your business industry. So what would I do? For example, is it a restaurant, a florist, a technology company? Of course, it's got to be a tech company because it's called Zap Zap. Right? So then next, are you a licensed professional seeking to form a professional corporation? Am I licensed? Are you a licensed professional seeking to? No, I'm not a licensed professional. Such as, excuse me, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to read and move it to the side because I got windows open up. Maybe I should move this to the side. All right. Professional corporations are formed for specific services like medicine, dentistry, law, and more. Well, no, we're a tech company. So no, we're not going to do that. Will Zap Zap have employees? Yes, me. I'm going to be the president of Zap Zap and I want a paycheck. Would you like us to help obtain S corporation status? What does that mean? LegalZoom. An S corporation is treated as a pass-through entity for tax purposes. Oh, wow. What does that mean? This avoids double taxation and may simplify your taxes. Now, when you hear that and you hear the word simplify, yes, if you're starting out and you've never been in business before, this is probably a great option for you, subchapter S, okay? If you have been in business before, and you know what you're doing, you're probably going to start off with the C corporation, okay? Now, you can transition later on down the road from an S corporation to a C corporation. It's not a problem. It's just a piece of paper. You don't have to do it, or you could if you want to do, but have your CPA do it. They could do it for you and change your status, okay? I'm not going to get into the details of that, but for right now, I am going to put yes. We would like help in doing S corporation because why? We want to avoid we want to avoid double taxation. Later on, as your business is growing, you might want double taxation. I'm not going to tell you how that all works right now, and you should get a CPA that's going to teach you how to do that because it can work in your benefit. But for now, we're going to simplify our taxes. So yeah, please help me with the S corporation. Are you the primary contact? I don't want to be. My assistant. No, yes. You're going to click yes. All right. The best way to contact you. Oh, okay. This is where it's going to get funny. We're going to put JoJo. JoJo's email. JoJo123 @gmail. Come on. You know this is my email, right? And my phone number Oh, this is gonna be my phone number. The never forgetful fives. Let's see what happens. I bet you're gonna send me an email. Oh my gosh, what's going on now? All right. Here are some essential services for Zap Zap. Based on your answer so far, for the next 2 pages, detail the key services you need to comply with the formalities of launching and running your corporation. So by law, you will require a registered agent. Notice how it says by law. Every state, you need to have a registered agent. What is a registered agent? That means a person who can accept any communication, form of communication, any litigation documents, I think that's the way you say it, any legal documents, taxation documents, all that kind of jazz for your company. It can be yourself or it can be someone else, okay? It could be your lawyer. It could be a company. If you were to use the Googles to find out registered agent companies, there's a plethora of companies out there. They can be local. They could be in a different state. It's fine either way. Here's the cool thing. LegalZoom, many of these companies like LegalZoom, Rocket Lawyer, whoever, they provide registered agent services for an additional fee. So you can hire them to be your registered agent. Now, oh, and I already said this part. Look, this is for official address service for state and court documents. You took the words out of my mouth, LegalZoom. You will also require specific paperwork and legal documentation. We can take care of this easily and affordably. Sure, relax. We got your registered agent services. We just relax because you're legally required to do this. It's an easy choice and it's a great value for only no fees until your documents are submitted to the state for just $159 for your first year and renews annually. I don't know what the annually is. It's probably more than that. Obviously, $159 isn't it like $200, $300? These will range in price, guys. It range as low as maybe $100 to as high as $300. It will all depend. Let's just continue. Bam! What are we going to do next? We got decisions to make. We got big corporate decisions. You're now the president of Zap Zap, so you got to make a decision. Are you just going to do select your option of the complete package and we'll take care of Zap Zap? You claim these costs back to you on your corporate tax return. So they're telling you can save on taxes on your corporate tax return. All right. Bylaws and resolutions tells you what it's about. So you do your bylaws, resolutions plus EIN. What's an EIN? Employee identification number. So if you're a U.S. citizen, you have a tax identification number, right? Or excuse me. That's wrong. You have a social security number, right? SSN. SSN is your social security number. That's how you're taxed. What? Personally. Your business has a number too. It's called an EIN or a TIN, right? These are different numbers. Right now, we're getting an EIN for your BitNet, okay? For your BitNet. EIN is required. Without it, you cannot file taxes or even open up a bank account. So you need an EIN. You need it. It's a must. Now, you could do that one. Oh, wait. Go back. Go back, Nathan. Okay. Then there's the complete package. Bylaws and resolutions, EIN, and business licenses. Okay, $249. These are the different pricing. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I would recommend just do the not to do the bylaws and resolutions because you're probably thinking like, Nate, man, I can go get an EIN number for free. Yes, you can. Just like Obama said, yes, we can get an EIN number for free. On the IRS website, you can go get an EIN number, type in your company Zap Zap information, and it's going to ask you about 20 questions. You may not have the answers to them. You may have the answers to them, and boom, you get an EIN number right away, really fast, really quick. Thank you, IRS. They'll help you do that. However, if you want them, LegalZoom or Rocket Lawyer, whoever, Rocket Lawyer, to do all this on your behalf, then they'll do it for you for an additional few pennies. Then, if you do the complete package, they'll even help you get a business license, bylaws and resolutions, and the EIN number for only $249. Very good. I would encourage you to do the complete package. In my opinion, I think it's the best way to go, unless you really know what you're doing and you want to do other things yourself. If you're just getting started, I would have them do it. See other business services. I'm not sure what this is about. What do you want to sell me now? Few little upsells. Tax return forms, professional advice, all at a fraction. Okay, they're telling you we'll offer this for 10 days with your order, then continues automatically at $320 a year. Basically, they're giving you, helping you, your business income tax returns included state and federal. So they're willing, this is new, by the way, I haven't seen this before, but they're willing to help you file your state and taxes for your business. You can get unlimited advice on any new tax matter, maximize your tax bill, and a fraction of the amazing price. Now, this is a new service. I haven't seen this before, nor have I experienced it, so I can't give you my personal recommendation. But it's there if you need it. It's up to you. You can do the trial, or you can say no thanks. Now, guys, I'm just clicking no thanks for now because I want to go to the next screen. You choose what you want to do. Do you want to be a smart employer, such as, do you need legal or HR documents? Do you want to protect your corporation with unlimited advice for any unemployment or other legal issues in 30-minute consultations? Writes it up, ensure that everything right. Oh, this is just additional features. Okay, asking you again, do you want to be a smart employer? I'm saying no, I guess I don't right now. I'm saying no just to get through this, but you make the decisions for your company, okay? All right, obviously you could say, we've got your back, peace of mind, and I just keep saying no 3 times for this particular reason. I want to bring up something that's really important. This is going to vary from state to state, okay? We picked Kentucky, but Kentucky, KY, has, Kentucky has a $50 filing fee. Guys, this fee will range by state to state. By the way, let me know what state you're in. Post it in the comments below. I have set up companies in Massachusetts, in Rhode Island, in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Texas, and Georgia. And all these state fees are different. The most expensive states are California and Massachusetts. And they're really expensive. And you have to pay them annually. So those fees are due annually. The other fee is LegalZoom's fee, the $149. $329 or $349. So let's just take the most expensive one for right now. The complete fastest service, 10 days, will get it all done. And they give you this and that and this and that and all this and that and 2 dots more than that. And you get all that done for $349, $400. You get everything done. Your Express Gold. They want to know something about Bank of America. We're going to say no thanks to that. Here's a grand total. I'm going to show you a grand total. By the way, this is if you're in Kentucky, because these prices will vary. 3, you can either pay for it all up front. Oh, right here. We have everything. We have the company details, S Corporation Obtainment, $60. We have the state filing fee, $50. Express Gold Corporation, $349. Then the bylaws, resolutions, and EIN and business licenses, $249. We also, we selected that, right? I think we did. Yeah, registered agent services, $149. Free for 10 days, then you get billed, they said. Okay, do you want those other things? No thanks for now. Total would be $708, one payment, or 3 easy payments of $238. That's how easy they make it to you for you to get your business set up. Now, guys, this will range in costs. The most expensive way to do all this is, I can't change the slide. I need to learn how to change my slides. Number 3, a lawyer. Right? This is the most expensive way to set up your legal structure. How do I know? Because I've done it before. Yes, I felt the pain of setting up one entity with a lawyer, and it is very expensive, over $2,000. It depends what you're doing. It depends what kind of company you need to set up. What gets most expensive when you're using a lawyer is your operating agreement. If you're having partners in the company, then you're going to need an operating agreement. That operating agreement can tick up the hourly rate on the lawyer's time to draft the operating agreement and to put all the little details in there, okay? So This is the most expensive option. Typically will range anywhere between $1,500 to as high as $3,500 for a lawyer, depending on your operating agreement and if you do have one or you don't have one. So if you do have an operating agreement in your company that you're setting up, then that price goes up. If you don't have one, you're probably looking at ballpark maybe $1,500, maybe $2,000. So doing it through a lawyer is another way to do it. It is a little bit more expensive unless you know a lawyer that can give you a buddy-buddy deal, okay? So I don't recommend all this all the time, depending on how many companies you're setting up, depending on how many properties you're buying. If you're holding property in an entity, you might not need to have a lawyer do it all the time. You could do it yourself and move the entity in there. Different things like that. This is going to be the most expensive option, but I did want to let you know that it is one of the ways to do it because this is a legal matter. This is a legal situation. When you are having an entity set up, it's the legal thing to do. Subscribe to our channel, and that way we can boost the algorithms in YouTube so more people can get this training. All right, that's all for today, guys. I am going to sign off and sign out with the video that I said I was going to show you earlier about when we were talking about charity and giving and all that kind of stuff. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Until then, a la mañana.
So I was outside cleaning my truck. Yes, I still clean my truck. Lo and behold, FedEx comes, and guess what's inside? Let's see here. Oh yeah, my first check, you guys. Can you see that? $34,000.
You can do this! I believe in you! All right, give yourselves a round of applause.
With the Fearless Millionaire program, and before taking the program, I was having trouble being comfortable on the phone, knowing what to say to people, and just putting more money in my pocket. And I can honestly say, I am fearless millionaire.
You can do it. Don't give up. You are fearless millionaire. Yeah, this is a video right now. Hello. Bye-bye. Thank you. Yeah, like this.
Jangan tinggalkan